Well, whether you admit it or not, everyone is a bit of a romantic at heart.
But what does it actually take to fall in love, and how can we make it last? And Dr. Fred Nour has studied just that, and he joins us now to talk about his new book, True Love, How to Use Science to Understand Love. So this is truly science now. We're not talking about psychology or anything else.
No,
the science
it's
of it.
based on physical science and the brain.
That is interesting. So I guess let's start things off with, why do people have such a hard time falling in love, staying in love, and making it work?
I believe the big problem is we learn about love from artists. Started as children by Walt Disney, then romance novels, then movies, but it's all fiction about love based on imagination. Love in reality is a little bit different. So there's a lot of myth about love that causes a lot of problems.
So we have
For
high
example,
expectations.
Yes. We believe that falling in love is true love. In brain science and reality, it's not. It's a phase in multiple phases that lead to true love. It's a preparatory phase to get us to reach true love.
All
And
right.
every preparatory phase have to end one day.
Fascinating stuff in your book, because you are a neurologist. And let's talk about body odor and scents and how that plays a part in falling in love. It's fascinating.
This is what we call instinct. We are not conscious of it, but it works in choice of people. For example, you have a dog. The dog has to smell everybody to decide if they are friends or not and who is who by smell. As humans, we don't have it consciously, but it's still there. We identify people based on love or based on smell. Many times you meet somebody and you feel they don't smell good. The body smell, they did studies about that. And when they look at the genes, they found we unconsciously choose a mate whose genes mixed with us will produce more healthy children.
Oh,
We don't know
Fascinating.
why, but we do it.
But as you say, it is subconscious. It's not something that we could
That's
consciously manipulate. Like
that's
putting
correct.
cologne on won't necessarily
That's
help.
correct. It's part of the brain that's not under conscious control, called the limbic brain. And that works automatically and does things for you whether you like it or not, like your stomach growling. You cannot make it growl or stop growling. It's controlled by that part of the brain that also controls your emotion and your love and your attraction and all the different steps of love.
All right, is there such a thing as love that can last forever?
In reality, true love can last forever, but not falling in love. Falling in love is a phase that has to end one day.
Can you come up with something that keeps that spark alive, like some sort of chemical or, some pill you can
There
take?
there are different natural ways to do that. There's no medications
Okay.
to do it, and there's no tests to prove it.
Just
but there are natural ways. To do
Briefly, how many phases are we talking about? Just real quickly.
that. Love happens in 4 different phases. First phase is called mate selection. It actually starts the moment you are born. You start to look, I like this person, I like that person, and you keep sort of modifying that until you fully mature to reach the stage to fall in love. Second phase is when you choose a mate. You end the mate search and enter into falling in love. And you get all the chemicals that get you happy and excited and those dreams and heartbeat fast and all of that. It's just a phase to prepare for the final phase. Then it ends and you start the next phase, which is falling out of love. We consider falling out of love as a bad thing. Like women thinking that if you go through labor, then it's a bad pregnancy.
Oh.
But it's a necessary phase to go through that to reach the final phase of having a baby in your hand. To reach true love, you have to stop. You have to
Okay.
go through the falling out of love, and when it ends, then you start to have the true love that lasts you for a lifetime.
Fascinating stuff. Well, your book is called True Love, How to Use Science to Understand Love by Dr. Fred Nour. And that's fascinating stuff. I wish
Yeah.
we could have a whole hour to talk to you about this.
Maybe
Thank
we'll have
you.
you back
Good
for,
stuff.
for Valentine's or
Sure,
something.
I'd be
This
happy
is
to
We'd
do it.
love that.
Really
Absolutely,
interesting.
yes, yes.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for
You're
joining
welcome.
us.
Thank you.
on